And so, the Millers case came before the Court of Appeal in London. Given the fact that the Millers had bought their house 70 years after the cricket ground had been established, it's hardly surprising that most people in England had an opinion on this court case. Yet it may surprise you to learn that the law on nuisance was quite clear on this subject. Well-established case law stated that the fact that the claimant had come to the nuisance wasn't a good enough defense. The Millers, regardless of the age of the cricket club, nevertheless had the right to quiet enjoyment of their own land. And so, the High Court in London had granted both of the remedies that the claimants had requested: damages and injunction.
But then, in the Court of Appeal, the man who is probably the most famous English judge of all time became involved in the case. His name was Lord Denning, and I'd like to give you the opening words from his judgment in the Miller case. He said, "In summertime, village cricket is the delight of everyone. Nearly every village has its own cricket field where the young men play and the old men watch. In the village of Linz, in County Durham, they have their own ground, where they have played these last 70 years. Yet now, after these 70 years, a judge of the High Court has ordered that they must not play there anymore. He has issued an injunction to stop them. He has done it at the instance of a newcomer who is no lover of cricket. This newcomer has built, or has had built for him, a house on the edge of the cricket ground, which 4 years ago was a field where cattle grazed. The animals did not mind the cricket, but now this adjoining field has been turned into a housing estate. The newcomer bought one of the houses on the edge of the cricket ground. No doubt the open space was a selling point. Now he complains that when a batsman hits a six, the ball has been known to land in his garden or on or near his house. His wife has got so upset about it that they always go out at weekends. They do not go into the garden when cricket is being played. They say that this is intolerable. So they ask the judge to stop the cricket being played. And the judge, much against his will, has felt that he must order the cricket to be stopped, with the consequence, I suppose, that the Linz Cricket Club will disappear. The cricket ground will be turned to some other use. I expect for more houses or a factory. The young men will turn to other things instead of cricket. The whole village will be much the poorer. And all this because of a newcomer who has just bought a house there next to the cricket ground." I'm sure you've already realised, given these words, that the Court of Appeal was not quite as persuaded by the Millers case as the High Court had been. And you're absolutely right. The Court of Appeal upheld the award of damages that the High Court had ordered, but it overturned the decision to grant an injunction. This was done on the grounds of balancing the rights of the claimants against the public benefit of having a cricket ground in the village. The case is also an excellent illustration of the extreme reluctance of the common law courts to grant an injunction when they think that damages and damages alone will be an adequate remedy.